All right, let's get right into it. Welcome to the Explainer. If you're an AI programmer, a systems architect, or frankly, just someone who geeks out over the absolute bleeding edge of automation, you are in exactly the right place today. We're unpacking some fascinating source material from Demand Genius AI, diving deep into the conceptual architecture of Enterprise Agent 360. Forget basic chatbots, we're talking full-blown enterprise-grade agentic intelligence. Let's dive in.
So here's the million-dollar question for system design right now. How do you actually orchestrate 16 different AI agents across a massive enterprise environment without a single manual handoff? As developers, we know getting just one LLM to output a reliable, structured response is hard enough, right? But getting an entire fleet of them to collaborate, plan, and execute multi-step workflows with zero human intervention, that requires a completely different architectural paradigm. And that is exactly the puzzle we're breaking down today.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. Enterprise multi-agent architecture. 2. Autonomous planning in action. 3. Multi-agent orchestration flow. 4. Enterprise guardrails and analytics. And 5. Master agentic AI today. Whether you're a beginner wrapping your head around the concepts or an expert dissecting the implementation logic, this flow is going to guide us perfectly.
Starting off with Section 1, Enterprise Multi-Agent Architecture, the Blueprint.
First up, we've got to get on the same page with what we actually mean by agentic intelligence. Again, we're not talking about an AI that just answers a prompt. We mean autonomous AI agents that plan, execute, and orchestrate entire enterprise workflows end-to-end. The absolute key phrase here is without manual handoffs. We're talking about a system that takes an overarching enterprise goal, figures out what needs to be done, and just does it, seamlessly passing the baton between specialized agents. Now, check out this number, 15. The Enterprise Agent 360 ecosystem integrates across 15 different check stack layers. What's the takeaway here for you? It means this architecture connects directly into your existing ERP, your inventory management systems, your messaging stack. You aren't doing some massive, painful rip and replace. The agents are actually designed to drop in and play nice with the legacy infrastructure you're already running.
Let's put this into perspective by contrasting legacy workflows with this new model. We all know the headache of the old way, right? Rigid manual handoffs, isolated systems that refuse to talk to each other, and humans basically acting as the API between software. Enterprise Agent 360 brings live orchestration with end-to-end coordinated workflows. It literally transforms a fragmented static system into a dynamic, living ecosystem.
All right, moving to Section 2, Autonomous Planning in Action, the Engine. Peeking under the hood at the brains of this operation, this quote right here is a massive paradigm shift. Agents break enterprise goals into ordered, dependency-aware task plans without a human writing the runbook. If you've spent any time in DevOps, you know runbooks are a nightmare to maintain. The AI isn't just following a hard-coded script you wrote, it's actively figuring out the necessary steps based on the dependencies of the goal itself. So how does this engine actually work? It boils down to 3 steps. Step 1, ingest the enterprise goal. Just hand it the high-level objective. Step 2, process dependencies. This is the critical thinking phase where the system looks at those 15 tech stack layers and logically figures out what has to happen first, second, and third. Step 3, output an ordered task plan. It generates the entire operational roadmap dynamically, on the fly, ready to go.
Which brings us to Section 3, Multi-Agent Orchestration Flow, the handoff.
Okay, we've got our dynamic plan. Now, how does the system actually pull it off? That brings up another critical number in this architecture, 16. The source material outlines that there are 16 drop-in specialist agents ready to be deployed. Instead of having one massive monolithic AI trying to do everything and failing, this uses a highly modular component-based approach. You have 16 specialized agents handling the exact workflows that usually eat up a team's entire week.
Let's make this concrete and look at a few of these specialists in action. You've got a demand forecasting agent that is constantly reforecasting based on live sales data so you never stock out. Then, a procurement agent that automatically raises purchase orders against supplier lead times. You've got a reporting agent compiling live reports, completely eliminating manual spreadsheet rollups. And a customer response agent that drafts and triages replies. Because they're modular, they pass data to one another effortlessly.
And this timeline perfectly illustrates how these agents coordinate in the wild. We kick off with Phase 1, Tech Stack Resolution, where the agents figure out exactly which systems to ping. Then Phase 2, Automated Work Handoffs. For example, the demand forecasting agent realizes a stockout is imminent and just automatically hands off the task to the procurement agent to raise a PO. Finally, Phase 3, QA and UAT deployment,
where the system ensures everything is fully validated before pushing. It's a beautifully continuous pipeline.
That leads us right into Section 4, Enterprise Guardrails and Analytics. Safety first.
Look, as developers, we know that handing over the keys to autonomous agents without guardrails is basically a recipe for disaster. The source material hits this really hard. Every single agent operates inside guardrails that you control. Autonomy absolutely does not mean anarchy. The whole architecture is built around strict, controllable boundaries. You aren't just letting an AI loosen your ERP, you are defining the exact sandbox it's allowed to play in.
Let's look at the actual mechanisms here. First, human-in-the-loop per-step approval gates. This is huge. You can configure it so before an agent executes a high-stakes task, like actually firing off a purchase order, it literally stops and asks for your sign-off. Reject to stop, approve to proceed. Second, it escalates exceptions. If the customer response agent gets a message outside its confidence band, it doesn't just guess, it instantly escalates to a human. You are always in the driver's seat.
Plus, for compliance and debugging, full traceability is non-negotiable. Every single move an agent makes is logged. The system breaks it down into a completely transparent ledger, the reasoning behind the decision, the exact inputs it received, and the final outcomes. If something breaks or if an auditor comes knocking, you don't have a black box. You have a crystal clear record of exactly what the AI was thinking and doing.
And alongside those logs, you get real-time analytics. These live dashboards give you instant visibility. You can compare what active agents are doing literally right this second against historical actions from yesterday. This lets systems architects monitor workflow loads, spot bottlenecks in the orchestration, and make sure the whole multi-agent system is running at absolute peak efficiency.
And finally, Section 5, Master Agentic AI Today, Next Steps.
So how do you actually start building this? The developer experience is incredibly streamlined. It essentially boils down to configure a workflow, describe a story, and literally watch the agent pipeline build it out. Because you've shifted the heavy lifting of runbook creation to the autonomous planning engine, you as a developer can just focus on defining the high-level business logic and the safety guardrails while the orchestration layer handles all that complex execution underneath.
Now, if you want to master this architecture, really get into the weeds of these concepts, or if you just need help getting this running in your own enterprise, here's a massive resource for you. You can contact paariwalaconnect at gmail.com for learning, consulting, or help at $1,000 per month. It's a brilliant way to get expert hands-on guidance for implementing this exact blueprint.
So, I'll leave you with this. Are you ready to build the future of enterprise AI? We've gone from writing isolated, brittle scripts to orchestrating fully autonomous, multi-agent systems that plan, execute, and document their own work, all safely within your guardrails. The tech is here, the blueprint is crystal clear, and the next step is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope this breakdown was as fun for you to learn as it was for me to share. Keep building, and I'll catch you on the next one.